Greetings to everybody. You're tuning on Ideas Matter channel here on YouTube. Bobby, welcoming you. We have heard a lot of stories going around. People asking a lot of questions. I saw a short, a short screenshot, saying that Julius Malema is like Gaddafi, like Nkruma, calling for the United States of Africa. And a lot of people expressing doubts as to whether this is possible. So we're asking the question, United States of Africa, is it possible? And to be honest with all of us, I want to think that, it's possible. In fact, it's very okay. It's a wonderful idea. This idea came up, started by the father of the USA, or the United States of Africa, Dr. Nkwame Nkruma, which all of us have heard Bob Marley singing about this, Africa unite, Africa unite, unite for the good of your children. Who are those children? Those of us suffering today. Those who are going to Libya, being enslaved, slavery and slave trade, going on right today because of our division, because we don't believe in ourselves. A lot of people asking questions, doubting, some saying openly that it cannot work. And that reason when they said that before the white people or the colonizers came colonized us, we were one race, but we were not one country. Of course, all of us know that. Look at the map of Africa before colonization and the map of Africa after colonization. Of course, those lines they drew there, dividing you and me, dividing us and telling us to not welcome this person in your home, not allow this person. We were one people. We were kingdoms. We were kings and queens. Now, if we keep seeing everything as impossible, in fact, I'm not surprised we were colonized. I'm not surprised the white or the colonizers are still doing what they are doing to Africa. Landmines, they're killing your children in Congo. Landmine killing your people in Mali. The Biafrans dying over there. Look at what democracy and that religion has done to us. Where has our kingship, our kingdoms gone? Because of our foolishness. Africans, where are we going? Don't we think that this United States of Africa is urgently needed? We need it. We need it. Imagine that all the African countries come together as one country, one leader, one currency, one language. I mean, these four things. Put them together. Some saying that which language are they going to choose as the language of to be used by all Africans? I mean, we're not even ashamed to say this. Always egoistic, always not trusting one another, always thinking that some are like this, some are down. That's how we are. We destroy ourselves. That's why I always say that our problems as Africans, as people of color, our problems is us. Our problem is us. The greatest enemy to us is us before other people are, because they became our enemies through us. How did they get to us? Are we saying that the colonization of Africa, we were not involved? Go read your history. See how many of your kings and queens, those of your chiefs and chiefdoms, organizing tribal wars, capturing people and selling to the white man. I mean, colored people, Africans, where are we going? Some asking the question, if we were to have the United States of Africa, where is that leader going to come from? Which country is going? We are always thinking like this, in this way, and that's how we're so divided. Imagine that we were able to learn languages of all colonizers, French, English, Latin, all of that. And today we're even using them as national language. We are saying this thing as if we don't have brains to think. How are we able to learn that language to this point today? Even right today, there are some people who cannot even speak the English, who cannot even speak the French. If we were to learn one language, one African language, for example, say Bantu, if we were to learn one language from one African country, and we accept it as our own national language, one leader who will give command, that leader will know that he is sitting on a hot seat. He will not be playing around. They will be strong. We will have stronger law in place. That leader will know changing of constitution. All these countries in Africa divided. All those countries, the leaders there, the present president, they know that they can manipulate with the law. That's why you change your constitution all the time for them to stay in place, and you keep suffering, but you can't think well because we don't think well. We don't think well. I think it's time. We need the United States of Africa, and the time is now. I want to ask all Africans, support this idea. Imagine we have one currency. The value of the currencies we now have in the African continent, for example. Let's take, for example, $1. How much Naira, how much Nigerian Naira will you get? How much CFA will you get? A bunch. Don't you see the euro? Don't you see the dollars? How much weight those currencies have? Because imagine, ask yourself, 50 states, it was not easy for all these states in America to be brought together. But they didn't see it as impossible. It was very difficult, but it was possible. That's why today you call here the United States of Africa. Africans, if we continue to be so divided, and what an idea that comes from somebody that looks like you and me, we don't believe it. Only what is coming from that very colonizer that is torturing us, killing us. And we are the ones to preach, forgive, and forget. In return, what kind of people are these? I never, sometimes I lie down and I'm crying, tears run down my cheeks. Tears running down my cheeks. I'm wondering, what kind of race is this? As strong, as physically strong as we are, psychologically manipulated by every race. Minister Farrakhan says, every race, in fact, every people, in fact, even animals, they know who their enemies are. Only the black man, only the African. People like you, almost all over. What is really our own problems? I don't know. Imagine we are having one language. Today, you don't have any secret. Anything you say, they already know. Those you consider enemies in quote. They're here. It's their own languages, of course. How can you hide anything? We have sellouts among us. Blacklegs, people who selling us, our people. Some being skeptical. Julius Malema is saying this. Does he want to become the president of Africa when Africa comes together? Look at that. Just listen to that. What is wrong if he becomes the president? Shame. And that's what is killing us. That's why we're suffering. Because we always think in that way. Who is going to be? Who is going to be? Gaddafi came up. Let's get one currency, the dinar. Let's have one central bank. It should start from there. If we can begin from having one currency, it will help us to pay off our debts faster. Because the country, the value will increase. The value will increase. That currency will have weight. This coming together of us being able to speak one language will bring that spirit of oneness, that spirit of understanding, that feeling of, seeing ourselves as one people. As one people, we will be stronger. Look at those countries, smaller countries that we have been divided. Up to this day, division of those countries still going on. Imagine if we were to come together. Number will become more people, standing up together as one country. Number is power. Nobody should deceive you. Number is power. The more people you have, the more stronger you are. We have this common saying, together we stand, divided we fall. That's why Africa is falling. And this is never teaching us any sense. Bob Marley kept singing. Until how many years today? They're all gone. Gaddafi came up, we did not protect him. And I'm saying this is the truth. If anything happened to Julius Malema, Africans, we are the ones to be responsible. Because we have a history of not being able to protect our own people. Because of greed, Because of envy, jealousy, hate. When somebody is saying something, you are thinking, because he looks like you feel that. I mean, sometimes I'm just fed up with us.